Why is my WordPress website slow? WordPress websites are known for being notoriously slow. This isn't WordPress itself, it's actually user. So for example, if you've got a WordPress website and you really haven't optimized it at all, you haven't put the right plugins in, you haven't got any cache, you've got really massive images, it's of course going to be slow. WordPress doesn't do a lot of the things that a Wix website or Squarespace website handles. So for example, when you upload a 100 meg image, it doesn't compress it for you on WordPress. That's how it's going to be uploaded unless you do some work to it beforehand. So that's why there's a lot of issues in WordPress. But this isn't just WordPress. For example, if you create a custom coded site and you use massive images and you don't optimize them beforehand, then things are going to go wrong and it's going to get really, really slow. So it's not just WordPress. Without the right optimizations and the right initial setup, your WordPress site is not going to get off to a good start and it's going to fail over time. In this video, I'm going to go over the 5 most common reasons why your WordPress website is slow. So firstly is slow or poor quality hosting. If you want to be the next Amazon or the next B&Q, for example, you can't pay $2.99 for hosting each month. That's just not how it works. You need to put a lot more money into it. And I'm not just talking about massive websites either. Even for a small or let's say a medium-sized brochure site with about 20 to 30 pages, you're not going to want to have a very cheap host. It's just not going to be good for your website at all. There's a lot of reasons why, and I'm not going to go into them now, but just take it from me, a professional, it's not going to work. So make sure you actually do your research and put some time into it and spend the right amount of money on hosting. A high quality host will make a world of difference, trust me. So let's just, for example, a few hosts like SiteGround, Cloudways and WPX hosting are some of the ones I would recommend for WordPress websites. They're extremely good, the support is amazing and the speed is really, really fast as well. Although this can be quite daunting, moving your website from one host to another host is actually really fast and easy. A lot of hosts do a lot of the work for you now. Unlike back in the day when you had to do it all yourself, it was quite confusing, but now it's actually fairly easy. If you are struggling a lot, reach out to us at kaizen5.com. I'll put the link in the description. That's my agency and we can help you and we can go through the process with you. Secondly is caching. For those of you that are setting up a website for the first time or you've never used WordPress before, caching is extremely important for WordPress. What caching does in simple terms is before the user goes onto the website, it pre-builds the website on your server. So as soon as a user hits your website, it's already loaded straight away. It doesn't have to do any of the loading when the user gets there. That's what happens. That's what takes the most time. But it happens before your user actually gets there. There are a variety of different ones you can use. I'll leave the 5 best ones in the description. Thirdly, optimize and compress your images. I can't even tell you the amount of times that we've gone onto a client's website and they've got hundreds of different pictures and videos all over the site, but they're all 12 meg. That is ridiculously large for images, by the way, but it happens a lot. I've seen a lot of people do it before. Just to put it into perspective, your website should only be 1 meg, or for example, the homepage should only be 1 meg when someone loads on there. That's the CSS, images, and JS all combined. So when you've got one image going over 1 meg, it's a recipe for disaster and it's going to be a nightmare. Your website is going to be extremely slow. To combat this, I would use a tool called Swoosh. It's all free. I believe it's built by Google. I might be wrong, but it's amazing. You can literally optimize any image. All you have to do is go on the website, upload your image, see how much optimization you want it to do. You can, for example, reduce the image size by 99%. You will lose some image quality. That's why I normally do 75%. And then I still get great image quality, but my image is now 100 to 200 kilobytes. Most of the time it's a lot lower than that, but that's for extreme cases. Lastly, plugins. Plugins are fantastic and they are the biggest part of WordPress. They easily allow you to bolt new features onto your website that can be extremely good for your users. But if you start installing hundreds of different plugins and leave them and don't deactivate them or delete them at all, your website is going to get 1, very buggy because all the code is going to start to clash. And 2, it's also going to get very busy and your storage on your host is not going to be able to handle it, so you need to deactivate and delete the old ones. What I would suggest is I would go through each one, see if you need it or not. It might be a bit hard if you've got loads and loads, but essentially create a virtual environment where you can put your website on there and play with it around and remove all the plugins and see what ones you need and what ones you don't, and then push that back onto the live site. Plugins that insert, let's say, analytics code, live chat code, or remarketing code can also be very heavy from a speed perspective, so try and avoid these. So that's it. Go through all of these and optimize your website. Let me know how it goes. If you find anything that's quite interesting or you found that was unusual, let us know in the comments and we can always help you. And yeah, thank you very much for watching.